Hi everyone and welcome back to our channel. Today I thought I would do a sort of get everyone up to speed on our journey, why we are doing what we're doing, and the diagnosis that I got very recently, only actually a few months ago. If you are a bit squeamish and things like that, it's probably best you don't watch this video. It's going to be a little bit TMI. But if you don't mind a little bit of TMI, then carry on. Obviously in the name it basically explains what I've got. I was diagnosed with polycystic ovaries very recently, and I just wanted to go through how I got to the diagnosis and what my signs and symptoms were, to sort of help anyone else if they're going through the same thing. So I went on the pill when I was 13 years old. I went on the pill purely because I was suffering really badly with heavy periods, really painful long ones. So I went on the pill to try and sort it out. Pill worked wonders and sorted it out perfectly for me. I could tell you to the hour when I was going to come on, and it would last 3 days, be done, and that'd be fine. I stayed on the pill until I was 21, which is when Ed and I got married, and obviously decided that we wanted to try for a family. It was then that I realised that actually something wasn't right. My normal cycle didn't resume for, well, it got to about 6 months, and I realised that actually I should probably do something about it. I went to the doctor, and they said to come back in a year if things still hadn't returned, because it can take up to a year for the pill to get out of your system, especially where I've been on it so long. So I decided to go to reflexology to try and help us. It's supposed to stimulate ovulation, so I went to reflexology for a few sessions, and then she told me there that she thought I might have an issue with my thyroid. That was what kept coming up and being an issue with how they. If I'm honest, I don't really know how it works, but that's what she could feel, that there was an issue with that. So I went back to the doctor to just sort of say, is there a chance we could check my thyroid? I suffer with severe anxiety disorder, so I find it really tricky in day-to-day life really, and that can be a side effect of the thyroid problem. I spoke to the doctor and she said, did I have any other symptoms? And I explained that I didn't have periods and that could be linked to a thyroid problem. She then told me that it might be worth to look into whether I had polycystic ovaries. I never in a million years thought I would have polycystic ovaries. I'd never had any symptoms until I came off the pill, when I didn't have any periods. I gained a lot of weight very quickly and I started to get really bad acne. These can all be symptoms of thyroid as well, so I thought, yeah, it's fine, it's thyroid, that's the only problem. We can test it and sort it out, not going to be an issue. So I had the blood work done and discovered that actually I do have polycystic ovaries, and I had a high testosterone level and I was insulin resistant, which I believe is part of polycystic ovaries. You can have the same sort of symptoms as a diabetic, so your body is more resistant to carbohydrates and things like that. So the doctors obviously discovered that I had polycystic ovaries. I then went for lots more blood work to check to see that all my other levels were correct. My testosterone levels obviously were high. That was because there was a lot of free testosterone, so basically my ovaries wasn't absorbing the testosterone to then make me ovulate, which was obviously why we weren't conceiving. And this is why we now have to go to the treatment that we are going to have. If you haven't watched my previous video, I will link it at the end of this one, and that sort of talks a little bit about what Ed and I are going to be doing and our fertility journey and when we're going to start it and that sort of thing. So I had to go over to the hospital to have some scans to see whether it was both my ovaries that were polycystic or whether it was just one. Unfortunately for me, both of my ovaries were very visibly polycystic. I could see them on the screen, they showed them to me. Luckily my womb looked absolutely fine. It was just the ovaries that had the issue. So obviously we then got referred to the fertility clinic to have assistance with conceiving, because I wouldn't be able to do it naturally as I don't actually ovulate. So that brings us up to date to where we are now. On Wednesday, so in 3 days time, I am going to the hospital again to have a high cosy. That is just purely to have a look to see that my tubes aren't blocked. If my tubes aren't blocked, then I will be getting Clomid on that day, so we can start the official treatment, hopefully stimulate ovulation and help us conceive. If the tubes are blocked, then unfortunately that means we're going to have to go directly to IVF, which I don't really want to do. I know obviously if there's nothing that they can do, then there's nothing they can do, and that's what we'll have to do. But fingers crossed there is no problems with the tubes, and we will be able to start Clomid as we want to next Wednesday. So that was just a short video about where we are, what sort of situation we're in at the moment and where we're going. If you haven't watched my video before, like I said earlier, I will link that at the end of this video. Please subscribe if you want to follow our journey. I will be uploading weekly videos, hopefully, and I'll be doing a vlog on the way to the hospital on Wednesday, which I will upload next week. So yeah, subscribe if you want to follow the journey. Hopefully at the end of it we will get a baby, or 2 or 3, or however many we eventually get. Hopefully, yeah, that's what we'll get at the end of it, and it'd be really nice for everyone to see where we go from start to finish. This is right at the beginning of our journey, and I know we've got a long way to go, but yeah, hopefully it will be nice to see the result at the end, and to look back on it as well. And when they're older, if we eventually have a baby, I need to say when we eventually have a baby, it'll be nice for them to look back on it and to see what we went through to have them as well. So thank you for watching. If you have made it to the end, you're amazing and I love you. I will see you next time for our next video. Thanks.